this is my first video for a beginner and advanced level of a programmer, and this is a basic programming language called C language. So let's get started here. In this tutorial I'm going to show you each and every terms uh, from beginner to advanced level, like full theory with a hands of practical. So maybe kids, it's maybe intermediate persons or graduation person, whatever kinds of people, this content is very useful, and this will be really help when you are going for doing any programming concepts. So let's get start here. C programming. So here I'm going to show you only some typical index here, and the other things we will show you our next video. So here I'm going to explain about introduction to computers, what is computer, block diagram of computer, hardware and software types, how to develop a program, modes of operations, types of programming language, then start again the introduction to C, some program examples and related problems. So this is the only first part, right? We have likewise 14 part. In this first part we have discussed about these 10 topics, and now I'm giving you some 5 topics here, right? And remaining 5 topics I will be publish my next video. So let's get started. So this is the first page where we can see here introduction to computers. So everybody know today's computer come in many different forms, like mainframe, multi-purpose supercomputers, like data center, which are using in data center like Google, Facebooks, these kinds of company using their servers as with attached with supercomputers, and so many scientific things like weather conditioning and report generated by supercomputer, because there's a very large amount of data. So this is the kinds of computers, and apart from desktop side personal computer is also available. In these extremes is vast middle ground of many computer or workstations. Right, so you are some everybody is familiar with the mini computers and workstations when visit from any kinds of industry and any kinds of manufacturing units. So there's a large mini computer approach, mainframe in computing power. With workstation, powerful personal computers. Because this, you can see, everybody can see here, any university, any hospitals, any business and government agency used to mainframe a large computer. So what is the purpose of using these kinds of computer? Because these computers can be very frequently used for sophisticated scientific calculation, and probably cost in these types of computers expensive, so normal students and study purpose person can't able to afford. But yeah, as a business persons, they have generate millions billions dollars, right? So they can afford this kinds of computer to manage their database, manage their all the daily day-to-day tasks. Then we moves on personal computer. So likewise 90% of human being have familiar with personal computer like desktop or laptop. Mobile is also a kinds of computer, but I will be explain about mobile technology later. Here I am only going to tell you about computers. So the relevant weighted of this compute laptop is 5 to 6 pounds, and easily can travel with any other places. So many professionals, they are using day-to-day life laptop. So if someone have business meetings from other locations, so they can go through with that kinds of computer, right? And personal computer are used extensively, like desktop. So design of personal computer allow to high level of interaction between the user and computer, right? Like big inch monitors, their high quality processors, cooling fans, and CPUs. These kinds of things that makes a personal computer uh, sometimes better than laptop, but laptop is better because everybody can take it and go through anywhere with this computer. But desktop will be stable, will be static. So that is a, you can say that is a benefits and pros and cons also. And apart from these, some applications which we are using from these kinds of computer, like for application word processor, for creating any kinds of world, right? Word projects, documents, so we can use word processor. For example, MS Word. And if you want to create some graphics, some designing, like, so we can use Paint, GIMP, Adobe, Photoshop, which is used for graphic design. Then let's talk about programs written for programs. So we can write any kinds of program with low level, high level, interpret it, right? These kinds of program also used written in the use of these kinds of computer. Also can create a spreadsheet, right? Worksheet for a day-to-day task for any business, and also manage our database management system through MS Access and so many database available right now in market. So this skilled user with a wide variety of creative tools to write, draw, and carry out numerical computation, right? The second part is what is computer. So, guys, you know about what is a 20th century very rare innovations? That one is computer. Everybody knows Charles Babbage is a father of computer because those guys has generated the memory concept. But later, when we enter the digital world, the Alan Turing, right, who break the code of Enigma in Second World War and save millions of people life. So we can say that Alan Turing is a modern father of digital computer. So here we can say that digital computer works only zeros and ones. Like every logic circuits element depends on zeros and ones. Yes, no, on or off. Right. When we going to any electric equipment and want to operate it, so we have firstly two input buttons, then on or off. Without on that device we can't do any other instructions ahead, and in the mode of off this device is currently switched off. So this is the kinds of digital computers examples. This is not only for digital computers. We can use logic circuits for any electronic device which is work on 12 volt current. So here we use different kinds of here the embedded system programmer use different kinds of logic gates, logic circuits, different kinds of programming language based on that chip to create a hardware for running the software. So basically, the computer is the first computer created, digital computer, based on von Neumann architecture. And in this architecture, you can see here some key components are required for make a perfect digital computer. So this is a block diagram of computer where we use input devices like mouse, keyboard, joystick for gaming, MICR, barcode reader, these kinds of input device which are attached some output device. So input device is basically used for giving the instructions of the our computer. and output device for showing our result, showing us result. Suppose if we want to see some video, so first we have to search on YouTube and given some instruction for content related, then hit the enter. So we just request from the server to show me that content as a display on YouTube video live. So that is the output device which showing on live monitor, printer, and this all terms basically first attached with memory, and memory is working for two primary states simultaneously. First is input output devices and second is ALU and CU, and ALU CLU creates CPU. We can see CPU is the brain of computer. Next topic is explanation about these terms. You can see in this figure there is a brain showing with some electronic circuit neural networks. So I'm gonna show you. This is kinds of arithmetic and logical units, control units. So here this figure can see, so CPUs consist of two technologies. First is arithmetic and logical unit. Second is control unit, and this is memories. So here you can see the full details of each terminology. So input devices, as I already told you, keyboard, mouse, joystick, and it converts input information to form which is usable by computer. Right? What is CPU? It is a brain of computer, act as a brain. Like it is responsible to overall working of all components. It may input devices, output devices, memory of computer. It consists of two parts. Brain consists of two parts. One is ALU, second is CU. So ALU performs arithmetic operation in conducting the operation of logical information processing. And control unit responsible for sending and receiving the control signal from all components. So under the control of control units, the data comes from input device to memory, and it processed in ALU, and the result is stored back in memory. So the result is easily understood by human being and is displayed with the help of output device. For example, monitor and printer. So this is example of output device, right? Understand? And near memory. So what is memory? There are two types of memory. One is primary memory, second is secondary memory. So primary memories example is RAM, ROM, and secondary memory example is hard disk drive, SD, micro cards, compact discs. This kinds of device we use in secondary memory. Here we talk about two parts and deep dive into these technologies. So next topic is computer characteristics. What is the characteristics? So all digital computers, regardless of their size, are used to transmit, store, and manipulate information. That means data. Data is mandatory for any digital computer. Several different types of data can be processed by a computer. These include numeric data. Data can be numeric, like 0 to 9 forms, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and so on. And it may be character data like name, address, etc., like A to Z. Right? Any address consists of letter, digits, and characters. Graphic data like charts, drawings, photograph, etc. And for sound kinds of data is music, speech pattern, etc. Video is also kinds of data. So the most common types from the standpoint of a beginning programmer, right? Here we talk about C programming. So let's talk about programmer prospectus. Our, our numeric data and character data, scientific and technical application are concerned primarily with numeric data. Alright, where business application usually require processing of both numeric and character data, a set of informations, the input data will be processed to produce certain desired result, the output data, and perhaps some of input data. This is how computer characteristics, right? So for example, look there, computer has been programming to calculate the area of circle. So this is a generally this is a mathematical uh, questions, right? Yes, it is not belongs for computer, but as a programmer who mindset, if someone gives you a program, write a program to calculate the area of circle. So the formula is area of circle. First we initialize A is equal to pi r square. So given the numeric value of radius r as input data, the following steps are required. First step will be read the numeric value for the radius of circle. Right? So we have to put the instruction on our code, like read the numeric value for radius of circle. It may be numeric value 3.17 for pi r is given by the radius of circle which are providing, right, and area we have to define here. Second is calculate the value of area using the above formula. So we have to put this formula into second line. Third is along with the input data is in the computer's memory, right? So this data will be directly fetched with computer memory. Memory can understand this instruction is following through this method instruction of set of instruction. Program, what is program? Set of instructions only, nothing. And last is print, as we all know, display. So easy steps, and four program will be stop. So that is a overall flow charts for find the area of any circle. Alright. Next, memory. Let's talk about memory. What is memory? Generally, nowadays we know about the memory in typically in our mobile phones like GB, TB. What is GB, TB? How to computer understand, how to hardware understand what is kinds of memory is using. So here is an example. Every piece of information is stored within the computer memory is encoded at some unique combination of 0 and 1, right? Whatever kinds of input you are giving, it may be character, it may be digits, it may be spatial character, it may be video, audio, everything is going into the memory through 0 and 1's form, right? Bits forms, and each bit is represented by an electronic device that is in some sense either on or off. So here small computer memory organized by 8 bits called a byte. Small memory, 1 byte memory. And notice that individual bits are numbered beginning with 0, right? Not 1, 0. Every memory beginning number will be 0. So extending to 7, it may be 8, 0 to 8. Normally a single character, letter, or single digit of a come under this 8 byte. So punctuation symbol occupy 1 byte of memory. Alright, as I already told you, an instruction may occupy 1, 2 or 3 byte. It maybe depends on the length of the character, and a single numeric quantity may occupy 1 to 8 bytes, right? Like digits, depending on its precisions, like points values 10 to the power 39, whatever kinds of precisions before fraction, after fractions, before fraction, it maybe depends on the given numeric form. And significant figure and its type, like integer, floating point. So what is integer and floating point? I will be explain you later fully, not right now. Here you just think about thinking like a programmer. So I'm just explaining each and every terms. Look here, how memory is stored. Each 0 ones form in a byte format like 0, 1, 2, 3. You can see here in this figure. This blank space will be occupied in memory when we given some instructions. So this is only for one character variable. And suppose you have to write a million billions lines of characters, right? So how memory can, they're very tricky, but let me clear. Next is another example, that is the size of computer memory is usually expected some will multiply 2 to the power 10. It's been 1 MB megabytes or 1 KB kilobytes. 1 kilobytes depend on 1024 bytes, right? This is 2 to the power 10, and this is a referred to 1K. Modern small computers have primary memory whose size typically range from 128 to 512 megabytes. Their 1 megabytes equivalent to, you can see here the multiplication depends on 2 to the power 10 into 2 to the power 10 bytes, or 2 to the power 10 into k. It's been 1024 k bytes. Easy, right? So here you can see here primary memory personal computer has a capacity of 256 megabytes. There are many 256 into 1024 and 21024. It means 268435456. It's mean 26 crore 84 lakh 35,456 character. 2.6 26 million 84 lakh 35,456 character. And or instruction can be stored in computer's memory. Right, so you can think of 20 with the use of 56 megabytes memory, we can store 26 crore above instruction in our computer memory. If the entire memory is used to represent character data, which is actually quite unlikely, then over 22 lakhs names and address can be stored. Okay? 22 names and address can be stored. That's the power of computer. Right? Human can't able to remember and can't able to store these kinds of data, right? But machine can. So here's how computer can doing our work very efficiently manner with the use of memory, with the use of different devices. So that's why I'm saying you in 20th century very rare innovation is computer. And at computer at any one time assuming 80 character for each name and address. So if the memory is used to represent numeric data rather than names and address, the memory is used to represent numeric data rather than names and address, then more than 64 million individual numbers can be stored at any one time, assuming each numeric quantity require 4 bytes of memory. Alright, so for this is a short video relating different kinds of protocols, and later we will discuss next video. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like and share with your colleague, with your classmates. If any error, please send us questions on our comment blog. Thank you so much.